I'm just going to rant. You want to know what I hated most when I was Muslim? Scholars, especially atheist and Christian ones, who just brutally, relentlessly, unforgivingly attacked Islam from the outside. Bro, I tuned that stuff out so fast. I thought, of course you're going to say that. You already hate it. You can't empathize. You never walked a day in the shoes. That wasn't going to move me. I had to know for myself. So I spent 5 years digging deep, building Islam up as strong as I possibly could. Almost every single night in college, I was doing my master's degree with tech, just studying, whatever I could get my hands on. I wanted it to be true. I didn't want to lose my whole life. But the deeper I went, the more cracks I couldn't ignore. And people say I didn't have the right information. We have more information on this little 5.5-inch screen than our entire bloodline did. So I wasn't going to like my local imam. I was going to the best of the best scholars. And here's the two that broke me. First, this whole story that Ishmael and Abraham built the Kaaba, bro, no evidence, not in the Torah, not in history, just dropped in the Quran with no historical connection. And I knew if the foundation was built on legend, how can I bank my eternity on that? That's one of the easiest threads to pull on. So I really recommend starting there if you're still Muslim or you're like wrestling with this. Second, the way the Quran rewrites the stories of the prophets, and for no clear reason. It changes the smallest details. Noah's story, different. Moses, different. Joseph, Yusuf, Surah 12, different. And it's not clarification. It's not keeping the important parts. It's straight distortion. And that's when it hit me. If this is the same God of history, why would his story from Genesis suddenly shift? Why would the details not align when the prophets all pointed forwards towards something? Now in Islam, they're just like sideways, like next to each other, not pointing towards anything. Like, why would they even exist as moral teachers? No. So I didn't leave Islam because of haters. I left because I built it to be as strong as I possibly could, and I still objectively and logically could not call it absolute truth. And if you're wrestling with this, build it strong first. Try that. But if you find cracks that you can't seal, that is your sign, because truth has nothing to fear, but lies and religious systems and oppressive systems need as much protection as they can get. And I couldn't protect it anymore.